You're standing in your kitchen. They're across from you. You just asked about something they said yesterday, something specific, something that hurt. They look at you like you've lost your mind. That never happened. You're remembering it wrong. You're being dramatic again. But you're not. You know what you heard. You know what happened. The problem is, they're so certain you're wrong that you start wondering if maybe you are. That's gaslighting. And by the time you realize what's happening, they've already rewritten 3 months of your reality. The term comes from a 1944 film where a husband manipulates his wife into thinking she's losing her mind. He dims the gas lights in their home and insists she's imagining it. But this isn't about old movies. This is about what's happening in relationships, workplaces, and families right now. Gaslighting is psychological manipulation designed to make you doubt your perception of reality. Not occasionally, systematically. It's not someone forgetting a conversation. It's someone denying a conversation happened when you both know it did. It's not a difference of opinion. It's the deliberate erasure of your version of events until you stop trusting your own memory. And it works in 3 stages. It starts small. They deny saying something you clearly heard. Not aggressively, almost confused, like they genuinely don't remember. You said you'd pick me up at 7. I never said that. Are you sure you didn't misunderstand? You're certain, but their certainty is stronger. And because you care about them, because you want to believe they wouldn't lie, you let it go. Maybe you did misunderstand. Maybe you weren't listening carefully. That's the seed. One small doubt planted in fertile ground. Then it happens again. Different situation, same pattern. They said they'd call. They didn't. You bring it up. I told you I had a meeting. I definitely told you. You must have forgotten. You don't remember them telling you. But now you're second guessing. Did they mention it? Were you distracted? You start apologizing for being upset about something you're no longer sure happened the way you thought. This is the foundation. They're not trying to win the argument. They're trying to make you uncertain of your own recall. Because once you doubt your memory in small things, you'll doubt it in big things too. Now they escalate. They don't just deny things they said. They deny things that happened. Events you both experienced. You remember a fight, a specific fight where they said something cruel. You bring it up weeks later. That never happened. You're making things up now. Why would I say that? You're not making it up. You remember their face, the exact words, but they're so calm, so convincing, so certain that you're wrong, and you've already doubted yourself twice this month. So you start wondering, maybe you're being too sensitive. Maybe you took it wrong. Maybe it wasn't as bad as you remember. That's the erosion. Your grip on reality loosening one conversation at a time. They add a new layer. They start telling you how you feel. You're not actually upset about this. You're stressed about work. You're overreacting because you didn't sleep well. I know you better than you know yourself. And because you're already doubting your memory, you start doubting your emotions too. Maybe they're right. Maybe you are overreacting. Maybe you don't actually feel what you think you feel. They've moved from rewriting the past to rewriting the present. Your internal experience is now up for debate. By stage 3, you don't trust yourself anymore. You check with them before forming an opinion. Did that really happen the way I remember? Am I being too sensitive about this? You need their version of reality to feel stable. This is the goal. Not to win arguments, to make you dependent on them to tell you what's real. They become your narrator. You stop trusting your own perception and start living inside theirs. When you try to set a boundary, you're not sure if the boundary is reasonable. When you feel hurt, you're not sure if you should be hurt. You run everything through their filter first. And here's the cruelest part. They do this while positioning themselves as your protector. Everyone else thinks you're crazy. I'm the only one who understands you. I'm the only one who really knows what you're going through. They isolate you from other perspectives. Your friends don't get it. Your family is biased. Your therapist is putting ideas in your head. The only reliable source of truth is them. You're not in a relationship anymore. You're in a constructed reality where they hold all the maps. So how do you know it's happening before stage 3? There are phrases that give it away. That never happened. You're remembering it wrong. You're too sensitive. You're imagining things. I never said that. You're crazy. You're overreacting. Everyone else thinks you're the problem. You're making a big deal out of nothing. I'm the only one who really cares about you. These aren't casual denials, they're reality rewrites. And they follow a pattern. They happen repeatedly. They happen when you try to hold them accountable. They happen when your memory contradicts their preferred narrative. But here's the diagnostic difference between gaslighting and honest disagreement. In honest disagreement, both people believe their version. In gaslighting, they know yours is accurate and deny it anyway. How do you tell? Watch what happens when you produce evidence. A text message, a witness, a recording. If they immediately shift to attacking you for keeping evidence, that's the tell. Because they're not confused. They're caught. Another signal. You start documenting everything. Screenshotting texts, recording conversations, writing down what happened immediately after it happens. Not because you're paranoid, because you've learned your memory will be contested. If you recognize this pattern, here's what you do. First, trust your memory. If you clearly remember something and they're denying it, your memory isn't the problem. Their denial is. Second, document. Not to prove anything to them, to prove it to yourself. Keep a private record of conversations, promises, and events. When they deny something, check your notes. You'll see the pattern. Third, get external perspective. Talk to someone outside the relationship. Not to turn them against the person, to reality check your experience. Gaslighting only works in isolation. Fourth, stop defending your reality. You don't need to convince them you're right. You need to know you're right. Their refusal to acknowledge your experience doesn't make it less real. And if you're in a situation where setting these boundaries could put you at risk, your safety comes first. There are people who can help you navigate this. You don't have to do it alone. Your reality is yours. No one gets to edit it for you. Gaslighting rewrites the past, but the next manipulation tactic we're covering rewrites the future. It's called future faking, where someone paints a detailed picture of a life together that they have no intention of building. You'll see how it works, why it's so effective, and how to spot it before you invest years in a promise that was never real. You're not learning this to see danger everywhere. You're learning it to see clearly. That's the difference. Dark personas.